metacognition.
Metacognition.
So, but yeah, so you said trying to teach them to think about thinking.
Think about thinking and how they learn and what works best for them. And
Yeah, because that goes back to like, you know, when you're in school and like you got to take tests and stuff, and all right, you're not doing so well on a particular test, but you need to fit like in high school, you don't even know how you best learn. Maybe I'm not uh, I can't just look at a book and I need to hear it. Like I'm good at listening via podcasts and like talking and like audio books, like as opposed to reading this book. I don't want to read this book. Can I listen to the book to get the same effects? And they don't, that's just a small minor tool in understanding your own personal learning. Like if I could see, if I can help, you know, give guidance from my perspective on like to a younger student person, I would tell them to understand how you learn and how you think, so you can like think for yourself. Because people like what grinds my gears is whenever someone will. It goes back to what you said about Facebook, how you don't have time to research and you'll just ask Google or ask Facebook. But my reverse psychology to that is, all right, so why wouldn't you just go on Google and like ask Google
but
as opposed to Facebook?
no, like it's not like stuff. It's like stuff that I wouldn't even think to like ask about. Like I'm exposed to different stuff that I wouldn't even think about. Like in and stuff. It's yeah. Obviously, if there's something I want to know about, and like that's usually where it leads to is like I see something on Facebook, and then I say, well, then I'll research it because it like
Sparks, sparks,
sparks my interest. Like
sparks.
that's like, so
But
Facebook is just like the tips, right? To like the introduction, and then like I said, because I have to verify that it's true, because sometimes it's not.
yeah,
Sometimes
I
people,
agree. I agree.
yeah.
Uh,
66.
as far as so what's another topic? So I'd say like I keep coming back to the word conscientiousness. It's a pretty like big word. It sounds like it's a big word, and I guess it kind of is.
Mm-hmm.
It's called
Mm-hmm.
like conscientious,
Yeah.
the state of being awake and aware. Like so, I feel like it's such that word is like it's a deep word, and basically once you understand that, you know, once you understand the meaning of it, it kind of helps you a bit whenever you're like fucking up or like just like you're not on the course and like making the greatest decisions. Once you become conscientious, you kind of become mindful and you like try not to have those bad habits because you're going to have bad habits, but like once you understand, like, all right, I can't keep making these same mistakes. Like, I'm going to make them, but like, I need to become aware and like put these parameters in place to help me from keep making poor decisions because they're going to come. But the goal is to mitigate them, slow them, have less and less to the point where you can rebound quicker from the poor decision making. Um, so I think uh, that needs examined, like alongside maybe like goal setting or something, because it's like it's a deep. it's a deep topic.
Yeah, yeah. We're talking about the punch and comments. Like, usually for the students who are really struggling with being conscientious, I usually have conversations about that with them because aren't conscientious about keeping up with their work, or like if they miss something, they don't do the stuff to like to recover. Like, yeah, and the guy said exactly that. Like, yeah, you're gonna miss or do something, but you gotta be conscientious about doing what you need to do to recover.
And you probably wouldn't even with them. You probably wouldn't even use that word because it's too mammoth, it's too colossal. So you might want probably just say like you gotta just think about it. You gotta realize that you're screwing up.
We use the word, but we also do the other thing too. So
So they know that word. Yeah, and there's so this one of the speakers that I have speaker slash mentor. Uh, he said that when you want to learn from, say, if I'm learning from you, and if I truly listen, because you're older than me, if I truly listen to what you're saying, it literally can save me five 5 years, 10 years off my life just by listening clearly to what you're saying, so I can avoid making the mistakes that you may have already made when you were younger. So why wouldn't I, to the best of my ability, like truly listen to you and understand what you're saying? Uh, because when you're younger, all right, I hear what you're saying, but like, fuck you, I really don't like believe what you're saying, or I'm not ready to hear it. But shit, when you're younger, if you grasp that, you're going to be powerful. You're going to avoid some mistakes. Free up your time. So that's something I'm going to further examine. And, that's why you got to talk to people and communicate and get people's perspective. If you think something's like, if you have a viewpoint on something, I'm, and you're talking about it, and then I'm just waiting to respond because I think what you're saying is bull crap. That you can't do that. Like, you have to listen and respectfully accept what you're saying, believe what you're saying, or just say like I disagree and tell you why. But I can't just discredit you. Even for instance, if you're politics, if you're a Trump supporter and I'm a non-Trump supporter, I can't discredit every single thing that you say because you're a Trump supporter. That's not. You can still find value in something that you believe in, and I might even accept it. But you can't just discredit yourself. I can't just discredit you because you're that. And like these political people. That's where, like, if you're a Democrat, I'm a Republican. Me and you can't agree. How are John and Sally and Steve and Larry down the street going to agree on something? How are they going? That doesn't make sense to me. If me and you, the people in power, can't agree, how can the people below us agree? They're fighting like, no, he's right, when we can't even agree. Doesn't make sense. And that's a interesting examination that I'm going to keep learning about.